Okay, one of the guys asked me to cover this case where another streamer gets falsely accused, and I will. But to be honest, after listening to it, this streamer did a lot of stupid things. Anyway, let's get into the beginning. We'll hear what he has to say.
Alright, before I get into this, I just want to point out that Peach has privated every single one of her VODs that has to do with this situation.
Yeah, this is very typical. The woman lies about a man and then hides all her lies. Yeah, very typical.
She turned VODs off like a day or two ago, and then she's gone back and now hidden these ones manually.
Oh, just a minute. What's your name again? NessieDoes. Okay, Nessie. Nessie, you did a lot of stupid things when you interacted with this woman, by the way.
There has been an active attempt to hide her lies. Luckily, I have a cool extension that lets me see it anyway. Since the original VODs were deleted, I've had to include longer, uncut sections of footage.
Notice these guys always have to run to YouTube, right? Because you can't find justice on streaming services. They're anti-male, Nessie. And they're anti-male because the average guy supports it. It's only when you personally get zapped that all of a sudden it's a problem.
Originally, I planned to just show the relevant moments and link directly to the timestamps in her VODs, so anyone could check the context themselves, but that's no longer an option. Speaking of things that were deleted, here's a clip that's pretty important because it directly contradicts her story. Across the deleted streams, she claims that we were the ones who took this situation outside the game. Here's one example of her saying that.
The fact that they they did what they did, turned around and another person's stream was like, let's not take this out of game. You
did what they did. So are you going to provide context, or is it the fact that she doesn't provide context? Because that's also another stratagem of these women when they lynch a guy, Nessie, is they leave out context.
Took it out of game first, cunt.
But that isn't what actually happened. She was the one who first took it outside the game by posting a comment on my teammate's Steam profile, and if there's any doubt about that, the next clip shows her admitting she made that comment.
Hello, GG, but from before. Hi, Nessie. Were you the person, we're looking for processes? No, you're one with the Stark friend. Ah, so you're the asshole from before. Right.
Okay, so you're reaching out to her. Okay. So you did, everyone watching, he did pull a dick move. And so she is calling you out. So, dude, why would you interact with this woman?
Now, did you like the comment I left on the profile? You took it out of game first, cunt.
The two clips you just watched are from streams that were several days apart. They show she was comfortable telling her audience a version of events that doesn't match what actually happened. And if
yeah, women lie about men all the time. And they do because they don't like us. You're a man, that's why she's doing it to you. And they know they can get away with it. So if they lie about another woman, guys instinctively defend the woman. But no one's going to defend you, Nessie. That's why, again, you had to run to YouTube. Because you find nothing but opposition on the streaming platforms.
She's willing to say that publicly on stream. I can only assume the same version of events may have been presented when I was reported. Speaking of that report, the next clip I'm going to show you is also from one of the deleted VODs. In this moment, the head community manager happens to stop by her Twitch chat. From what I can tell, it looks like they may have dropped in because her stream title mentioned it was her birthday. Almost immediately after they appeared in chat, Peach brings up the situation and frames it as harassment from a streamer who plays the game. She says she has evidence and asks if there's an email address at Mbok where she can report it. Naturally, the community manager asks what's going on and offers to help, which is exactly what you would expect from someone in that position.
Dude, don't make up excuses. This is a guy who wants to pander to a young woman. That's what's going on here. I suspect if this was a guy who was doing this, there wouldn't be the same readiness to do the exact same thing. Sorry, but you are coping.
Once they hear about the alleged harassment, they provide a direct email contact so she can send the report. And to be clear, if I was in that position and someone told me they were being harassed, I would probably do the exact same thing. A community manager.
You guys are such losers. You're always olive branching. You were screwed over, but you're always saying, yeah, but let's try and make things fair. Dude, when you're at the courtroom, you get a lawyer, and the lawyer is prejudiced for you 100%. He doesn't give any olive branches to the other side. And that's what guys have to start learning to do. Stop groveling.
Has the responsibility to take those claims seriously and make sure players feel safe. So absolutely zero.
But since she had no proof, it should have ended there, right? She didn't have any evidence to show them, did they? According to you, Nessie. Right?
Hate to them for how they handled this situation.
How are you?
Which means the mods weren't being fair, were they?
I'm gonna try my very best not to ask you an Ember question. I'm gonna do my research and I'll find an email address. I have been so excited. I want to say faggot for the expedition. I'm being harassed by someone who plays this game, is a streamer, and yeah, it's a...
Now, when she means harassing, you were dumb enough to actually message her, right? It doesn't matter if it's not actual harassment. That's what people are going to take it as. She's female, you're male. You're beneath her. People are going to take her side, Nessie. Right? By the way, her avatar here is ugly as sin. I'm surprised a woman has an ugly female avatar.
It's a whole thing, and I was going to ask if there's like an email address to 25%. Oh my god! If there's an email on the website to contact about it, because I've got evidence and stuff. Okay. Thank you. I did not want to, like, you know, I thought I was gonna have a look on the website, but that helps immensely. Thank you.
Do that? Guys are willing to rush and help a woman no matter what. She's not even particularly pretty girl. Doesn't matter, dude. This is gender dynamics at work. I doubt you will learn anything from this, though, Nessie.
But how are you feeling with the expedition? I'm loving that I'm reset. Because we had a sub. Oh, that's someone there.
Nessie, you're going to get to the point. Just her talking to her friends, right?
Wait, you'll send me an email. Okie dokie. I do have my email on my profile.
Now that we've established two important things, that she was able to send a report directly to a higher-up at Embark Studios.
Exactly. Because the higher-ups are there for the women, not you loser guys. And this is something that has to change. You guys have to change your attitudes. You're not even willing to recognize that you're second-class citizens on the streaming platform. That's the first hurdle you have to overcome.
And that her statements about the situation don't match the footage. I want to go back and walk through the full timeline from the beginning. I'll show exactly what happened step by step and what my actions actually were leading up to the 30-day ban I am now facing.
There you go, dude. Look, since they have no proof, but they banned you anyway. So that's the issue, isn't it? And this isn't an individual thing. This has been going on streaming platforms for years.
After that, we'll look at the hostile messages directed at me by her and members of her chat, the verbal abuse directed at me, and as well as the actions taken against me despite my limited interaction. Looking at the full timeline should make it clear who in this situation was actually subjected to harassment. Let's begin with the first interaction, completely uncut.
Hello.
Yo, oh my god, perfect. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, this is like really weird, but my friend is like completely stuck, and I want someone to knock him so I can like res him, and hopefully that knocks him out of the spot. He's literally just got completely stuck in this room.
But how is he your friend?
Oh, are you solo? I'm in a duo game. I duo queued with him,
Wait, what?
so I can't. But yeah, if you're solo, I'm duo. I can't knock him. He's like in here under these steps right here.
Why does this feel like a scheme?
Why does this sound like a scam or a scheme? She would say one of those two. So, dude, you're setting her up. You're going to do her dirty. Hey, isn't this a fighting game? Don't you guys fight each other? I mean, someone educate me. What's this game about? Because I've played Black Ops and it's direct. If you find another person, you shoot them. You're on one side, you're there on the other. What's going on here? Someone tried to tell me this was the natural part of the game, that you're allowed to screw each other over. So, Nessie, what makes you think this is going to piss her off?
These full traps there.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a defib dog. I'll do it. Hey.
So you lied to her and then killed her. Wow, that won't piss a person off. Betraying them, okay. So is this how this shit game is played? Screw your fellow players over?
What a fucking loser.
She's actually right about you, Nessie. You lied to her. Now, this doesn't help your case, dude. This doesn't help your case. Someone looked at that and said, hey, this guy is an asshole. Guys get screwed over on these misandric platforms all the time. You aren't helping.
What a fucking loser. Wow. I can smell the stank from here. Loser.
So she was just showing her anger. Isn't she allowed that, dude? Nessie, this is pathetic. Like, yeah, this woman might do you dirty later on, but I mean, this is harmless shit right now. Just calling you a loser after you did her over.
And TY for the free content. Suck a fat one. Wow. Absolute loser.
Oh,
Liar.
it actually has a report button for scamming, and you did. You did, Nessie. So why should I side with you?
Got me killed.
So that's all true. And since there's a report button, that means you must be able to report other people who screw you over. What the fucking hell?
People like that make me hate the fucking game. Kidding, I fucking love this game.
Again, why is your avatar so mannish? It's rare for a woman to pick an ugly avatar, but okay. This is beside the point. So so far she just sent a quick report after you screwed her over. This isn't looking very good for you, Nessie.
He absolutely solo queued and entry to the game. That's what that was. Electromagnetic storm. Let's go. What ammo do I have? I don't have ammo.
Now, this comment that got left on my teammate's profile is not seen by either of us until we hop off the game, which is 1 hour later. After that hour, I can assume that, she's chilled out a bit. She no longer cares that she's died in the video game. Sometimes we all care a little bit, and that's fine. But usually that passes within 60 minutes. So I thought I could come in and say GG, and it would all be chill.
What's GG? Someone educate me. GG from before. You're an idiot, Nessie. You pissed off a woman. Women have contempt for us guys, period. So now you're going to message her? You should have left her the hell alone.
Hello, GG, but from before. Hi, Nessie. Were you the person we're looking for processes? No, you're one with the Stark friend. So you're the asshole from before.
Okay, so she wasn't it, but she did a quick report and left it. And now you're actually poking the bear. You're a bloody idiot, Nessie.
Right. Now, did you like the comment I left on the profile? So you're the asshole.
So she actually left. She's actually showing it to you, right? She's not being sneaky about it. And she wasn't angry. You're showing up and reigniting it. You're a bloody idiot.
Are you gonna be quiet now? You wanna be quiet now? Are we just where we're going with Dad? Everything you did.
Now you're doing it again. You're gaslighting her. What did I do to be called an asshole? Dude, you screwed her over. I mean, come on. Gaslighting is one of the most insulting things you can do to another human being. Nessie, why should I feel any kind of sympathy for you?
Everything you did required you being an asshole. When was the last time you even streamed, bro? Let's have a look.
See, she was forgetting it, dude. Now you came in to try and pander her and give her an olive branch, and now you're making her think.
It's just I'm chill. Oh, I'm chill. I'm allowed to call you an asshole because what you did was asshole behavior. I don't.
Actually, she's right about that. She is chill. And you did something asshole, so she called you an asshole. Big deal. Dude, you're the one who can't get over it.
Give a fuck that you've got a partner badge. You haven't streamed in over 30 days. You play some interesting games. Trying to log in with uni. I wonder if you're being a shitlord over there too. I wonder if people are safe being around you.
For now, we'll cut the clip here, but I think the situation is already starting to speak for itself. What happened is fairly simple. I killed her in the game, which is a normal part of the gameplay and doesn't violate any terms of service.
Yeah. You can be an asshole and not break any laws. That's true. Right? But you claim that, but there was a button that you could say scamming that she used. It was a report button, and scamming was one. So how can you claim that?
After that, she posted a hostile message on my teammate's Steam profile. In that message, she also advertised that she was live by saying thanks for the free content with her TTV name clearly visible. About an hour later, I went into her chat with the intention of not escalating the situation and simply saying GG's. Even in this early...
But you did. You did escalate it. She forgot about you, dude. You're nothing to her. Guys are nothing to women. You're invisible. So what'd you do? You had to show up again.
the
Right.
interaction, I think it's clear what the dynamic looks like. She continues to throw insults while I remain polite and try to keep the interaction calm. That
Well, why interact with her? You don't need to be with her. You came to her. She didn't bother you.
pattern ends up setting the tone for everything that follows. Another hour passes, and my teammate, Upgrade, sends this message in her Twitch.
If she was a guy, would you come over and grovel like this and bother with the guy? No, you just say, nah, he's just another guy. Who cares? I'm not interested in him. I screwed him over and got what I wanted. No, you're pandering to a woman. You want a female's attention. This is pathetic.
Chat. I won't include the whole clip, I'll just include her reaction to it for now.
I want you to do me a favor, Upgrade. I want you to tell your little boyfriend, thank you for the engagement. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. So much fun.
You'll notice that Upgrade has now been thanked for both the engagement, when he just sent that message in that clip we just watched, and thanks for the free content, which Peach said in her Steam message to Upgrade. She has thanked him for both interactions, claiming the engagement has helped boost her Twitch discoverability, and that the in-game troll, the killing with the fireballs, was free content for her. So in her
Yeah, okay, that's true. So, what's the point of this?
own words, she has described Upgrade's actions as helpful. The reason I want to linger on Upgrade's message here
Yeah, she was posturing, dude. Right?
is that between me and him, the worst treatment that Peach received was this message that I got lured into a room. This message, I would say, is cheeky. I think the other end of the spectrum, arguing devil's advocate, could say that it's sarcastic. If you want to combine Upgrade and me into one person and say an action from me is an action from him, an action from him is an action from me, then the worst thing that I did to Peach by extension was send this message in chat, which again, at worst, could be perceived as sarcastic. At this point in time,
Oh yeah, you're pissing her off, dude. So she forgot about you, just like you claimed, within an hour. Now you're bringing it, you want her attention because you're a guy and she's female and you want her attention so bad. Now you're poking the bear.
my PC is turned off, and I did not know this message got sent in her chat until the next day. Now, at this point, I know that Peach has reported me for lying in-game, which we saw when I first encountered her. This is before I came into her chat, and she found out that I was a Twitch partner. But I do
Yeah, but dude, that report, what did you not lie to her? Was it not accurate?
not really care about this, as I'm confident that report will go nowhere, as I believe.
What? Then what are you doing making this video on YouTube? Bullshit, I call. I wouldn't be confident at all, and neither are you. Whether it's Twitch or any other streaming platform, they're all anti-male. They're all female bias. There's no reason to have confidence. And that's why you made this video.
It to be unfounded, so imagine my surprise when I run into her a few days later and hear her say this.
I don't care, you can turn it off, bro. It literally is an option when you're in Twitch. But also, you've been reported for harassment on multiple levels by multiple people and towards CFDs too. People know.
Multiple people. See, this is what happens, dude. Because the reason why these platforms are female biased is because guys are female biased. I bet this this game is played mostly by guys, and your fellow man is willing to support this woman attacking another man. That's male instincts. That's what has to be handled here. That has to be changed.
Exactly who you are and what piece of shit you are for harassment for what you did. It's all recorded, it's all done. I don't care who the fuck you think you are, but you're done.
Wait, what did I do?
He knows exactly what he did.
She's right, dude. You're gaslighting again. Why should I give a shit what happens to a gaslighter? Now, don't get me wrong. I have to because it's the principle. I know that this is anti-male at its core, but still, as an individual, I don't support what's going on here.
There's no fucking way.
While in the moment that was quite amusing to me, it quickly dawned on me that she has admitted to instigating a mass report on my account. Well, that's
Yeah, that's what women do to guys. They rally an army. But you find it amusing, so why should I give a shit about what's happening to you if you don't care? You see, you're posturing, dude. This is another male weakness. This woman is attacking you unfairly. You admit it. You know you're in trouble, and you try and laugh it off because you're attacked by a woman. This is pathetic.
a bit confusing. What have I actually done to deserve a mass report? Well, I sent 5 messages in her Twitch chat, which were
5, you idiot. If it was just a 1, I might give you some leeway. But 5? Sorry, you pissed this girl off. You know she's angry with you. And then you want to engage with her because you're a typical guy who wants female attention. That's pathetic.
already seen, and I killed her in game. We can't even include that I've killed her in game twice at this point. I have already been mass reported before I ran into her the second time. The worst I did in game was I didn't immediately kill her. I kind of just ran around next to her, didn't talk, didn't say, I promise, I swear on my life I'll never kill you. I didn't say a word, and then I pickaxed her once. She literally had a warning that I was going to kill her. I hit her again, I ran away. Now she knows that I'm going to fight her. And then there's a fight where I kill her with my pickaxe. I understand being embarrassed dying to a melee weapon when you have a gun that can kill people very quick. She's got a Venator. I'm going to play the clip now, starting with my POV when I realize it's her. You'll notice that I realize it's her because she is talking non-stop in-game, so her username is on my screen for a very, very, very large amount of time. How could I miss that? Wait, I think this is the chick that got really fucking mad at me the other day.
So you're going to interact with her again and piss her off again.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
really?
Peach. Peach something.
Isn't that the one that sent the
Yeah, she sent a
message
Steam.
on upgrades thing?
Yeah, she sent a Steam message on it.
Underneath there's a bag.
Oh, she's helping me
No way.
get a loot.
Wow, she's helping you. And you're going to stab her in the back again.
It's open. I don't need this.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Shoot this with me at the same time. Nice.
Now, at this point, she has no idea this is me. That's
Oh, really? So you are turning around and pretending you're not coming up to her and saying, by the way, I'm the guy who pissed you off. Here I am again. You're going to sneak attack her.
because she cannot see my username unless I talk in game, and then my username will pop up. So right now I'm incognito. I'm just gonna hit her with a pickaxe.
Yeah, do it.
Holy shoot. What a loser. She's right. You are an asshole and a loser. You know she's pissed off, dude. And here she's trying to be helpful to you, and you're betraying her again.
Do it, do it.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, she thought you were friends. She was helping you out. And here you are stabbing her back for the second time. And you're such a coward, you can't even talk to her at the beginning. So she knows better. And then you insult her by saying, hey, I did her with a pickaxe. She's such a lame player. What a douche move.
I think I ran into you the other day.
Oh, you're the little cunt.
Now you're gloating. Now you're gloating, dude. You did her dirty twice, and now you're gloating. Now, you could have remained silent and got away with this, but you had to let her know that it was you.
From the other night.
Yeah, I thought I recognized your voice.
Yeah, you're the one that was trying to flex his partner badge on Twitch. Guess
It
what?
auto-equips. It auto-equips.
I don't care, you can turn it off, bro. It literally is an option when you're in Twitch. But also, you've been reported for harassment on multiple levels by multiple people and towards CFDs too.
So she's saying this after you screwed her over again. So you weren't banned for 30 days at the first time, was it? You had to pull this stunt.
People know exactly who you are and what piece of shit you are for harassment for what you did. It's all recorded, it's all done. I don't care who the fuck you think you are, but you're done.
Wait, what did I do?
You know,
Gaslighting again while screwing her over again.
that's exactly what he did. There's no fucking way.
Alright, so there we go. I have officially been mass reported, and that was before this encounter. All I did was send 5 messages in her chat, which were very respectful given the circumstance.
All I did was piss her off, then message her 5 times.
The circumstances being called an asshole over and over and over again, and a loser, and that people aren't safe around me in real life. I kept it respectful, I kept it chill, because
Well, you want to screw with this woman, but you also love her so much, you want to keep it respectful.
outside of the video game, it isn't that deep, and it will never be that deep. Shortly after that clip, I had hopped off the game, and I was watching someone stream. I won't mention their name, as I believe they had no real involvement in this situation, aside from being unlucky enough for this to happen in their chat. I also want to note that this streamer, I believe, handled the situation exactly how they should have with the information that was provided, even if that information was based off a lie. Let's have a quick look at what I am.
So again, you're olive branching, right? These people, these guys, they're not female centric, right? They're just doing what they have to do. Make me puke.
Calling a lie. It's this message. It's where she says, "Be careful of NessieDoes. He harassed me before our games, and then again tonight in-game." Now, I want to point out that she has now defined the lie.
But you did target her a second time. You didn't have to. You didn't have to do any of the shit, dude.
Last clip you saw as harassment, which all that happened in-game was I did not shoot her, then I pickaxed her, then she yelled at me and admitted to instigating a witch hunt slash mass reports, whatever you want to call it. She has defined that as harassment. He harassed me again tonight in-game.
Yeah, but they banned you, didn't you? Didn't they? So it doesn't matter if it's a lie. They know it was a lie. The average guy on your Steam doesn't like the next guy to them, the guy next to them. They don't like them. You don't like the guy next to you. What do you think was going to happen?
She was yelling at me. I said almost nothing, except giving an excuse for why I didn't unequip my Twitch partner badge, which I will never unequip because it's something I'm proud of. And I am unsure whether it's the mass report that led me to get banned or her direct communication with the Embark dev, but regardless, some report has gotten me banned based on lies. We just saw a lie right there where she claimed I harassed her. Very clearly did not. I barely even spoke. I just killed her.
You left her 5 messages, right? After you did her dirty. So people can see that as harassment, dude. Especially after you did this second one. You're obviously going out of your way to target her. It's guys like you that make me defending men almost impossible.
In game, perfectly chill, all good, and then right at the start,
Of course, you can be chilled. You weren't the one screwed over. She was.
where she's saying Well, she's claiming that me and my friend took it out of the game first, where that is a complete and utter lie, where she admits to writing that Steam comment on my first interaction that I had with her on her Twitch. And I harbor no hate for Embark here. I know for a fact that they've only been sent one side of the story.
You don't hate someone who screwed you over? Again, that's pathetic. You're pretending to take the high road. Then why, if you don't care about any of this, why are you making a YouTube channel or video, I should, about this? NessieDoes, why are you making a video about this? Like this posturing is really puke-inducing. It's what guys do all the time.
Which, without seeing, but knowing that this person has lied on multiple occasions to her chat, I can only assume the report is also filled with lies, half-truths, withholding the truth, which would be her own harassment that was targeted towards me and my friend. Speaking of, while I have no intention to report her myself, because
Oh, really? So you're not even going to fight back then? Who gives a shit about you then, dude? Nessie, you're a typical guy. But you are fighting back by making this video. You're saying, look, I'm innocent, everybody. But you're not going to defend yourself on your own platform? I mean, just pathetic.
my feelings weren't very hurt, and I don't really care. I don't report people in video games unless they're, a cheater.
So you're not going to fight back. So you're lay down.
And I've been unfairly killed, but she can say whatever she wants to me. It's not going to affect me. But
But it is affecting you. You got banned. You coper.
if we are looking at what I did to her and what she did to me, the fact that I have a ban and she doesn't is actually kind of unreal. Again, let's
How so? She reported you, but she does have evidence that you screwed her over twice. So people could look at it and say, well, I understand that, right? The mass reporting was a criminal in behavior. That's true. But then was it she rallying guys or were guys just jumping on board? That's the other thing I have to consider. Was she just complaining to her male audience and their male audience who hates their fellow male jumped at the chance to screw you over, Nessie? So is she criminal or is it male nature that's criminal in this case?
back again, let's backtrack. I sent 5 messages in her Twitch chat, all chill. I'm being called an asshole the whole time. Still all chill.
Yeah, but they're chill, but you're gaslighting her, right? That's what pissed her off so much. It pissed me off too. And you didn't have to message her at all. She could have just, she forgot about you, you loser. And you reminded her.
I killed her in game. That's allowed. I have now been mass reported. I kill her in game again. I get told I've been mass reported. Okay. And now
Yeah, but when you killed her in game, you weren't just fighting her. She was helping you out and you stabbed her in the back, dude. Why are you trying to pretend that you're just an innocent victim?
a couple days later, she has sent her evidence to an Embark dev shown in the clip at the start where that direct contact
No, if she has evidence to show, how is it lies and half-truths?
was established. Now, here's a handy little table I made just to compare, the stones thrown from each side, and that resulted in me getting banned, but Peach receiving no enforcement action. Now, we're going to start off here by putting in me and my team.
Yeah, but you don't care. And you don't report. Right?
Teammate killing Peach in game, and then we're going to quickly take it right back off the board because that is not harassment. That you cannot argue that us killing her in the game in that way is harassment in any way, shape, or form. Now,
Then why did they have a report button with the word scamming in it in that game? If it's actually not against the rules, right? Why is there that report button?
This message from her, however,
She even asked you, is this a scam? And they have a scam and report button.
taking it out of the game and following my teammate around through his Steam profile might be against TOS, but regardless, is definitely a form of harassment. This guy killed me in the game. I'm going to go stalk him outside of the game and start leaving nasty comments on his socials. That is
Yeah, but you approached her first, dude, when you didn't have to. You wanted that female attention so badly.
harassment, so that will be remaining on the board. Now, I'm going to, believe it or not, pull the same trick I did with our first interaction. My second interaction with her, where I come in and send 5 messages in her chat.
Yeah. You sent 5 messages, not 1 or 2. So she's going to look at that and saying, hey, this guy who did me dirty, he just keeps coming in and rubbing it in my face.
Which are, again, very calm, despite being called an asshole over and over and over. Those messages are not harassment. They
Well, once
are
she called you an asshole, why would you keep messaging her? Why wouldn't you leave her alone? You know, you're pissing her off.
chill. They are normal. It is very normal in Twitch culture to go into people's streams and say GG after an interaction, especially after they had advertised that they're a streamer. TTV is in their.
It doesn't matter if it's normal. She doesn't have to accept your olive branch, dude. And she doesn't. You just leave it be. You don't leave 5 messages.
gamer tag. I did not do anything wrong by saying GG here, especially since I waited an hour for things to potentially cool down, since she did leave a heated message to begin with. Now, I'm going to give her side here a complete freebie. I personally think it's bullshit, so we can discuss it later. But this message that my friend sent, which again is in direct response to the comment she left, is very clearly a joke. There's no name calling.
So he's pissing her off, right? He's rubbing it in her face. You did lure her into a room and kill her. She even asked you, this is a scam. So you are bugging this girl. You guys don't have to do this whatsoever.
It's cheeky. He's not calling her a loser. She has advertised that she streams. He came in and just kind of joked. Not even kind of. He came in and joked about the in-game interaction we had. That's what.
Yeah, he was pissing her off. He was rubbing it in her face, right? He knows she's angry. But he wants her attention. Right? This lonely dude wants this woman's attention.
Twitch chats are for, laughing about video games. Ha, someone lured me into a room and I died. Haha. This ever happened to you? Another.
Yeah. We suckered you. We betrayed you. We really find it funny. I bet she had a big laugh over that. Yeah.
Another thing worth mentioning while we leave this here for now is that this is the me category. This is what I have said that could have got me banned for harassment. I didn't say this. In fact, my PC was off at the time. But we'll still leave this here, and we'll treat myself and my teammate as a group. Like we've seen in this video already. 2 days later, I find her in-game and I kill her again. Is me killing her harassment? No, so nothing will...
Really? But you didn't let her know it was you. And she was helping you out, dude. You betrayed her again.
We'll go to the me section. Is her yelling at me in-game harassment? I mean, I think some people would consider it. I personally don't, because it doesn't upset me or affect me. But
it does upset you. You're making this video, you liar. And it does affect you. You got banned. Like, dude, who do you think you're going to gaslight? Not me.
She is, verbally abusing me, using vulgar language, calling me a loser, calling me an asshole. It's verbal abuse. In the middle of that, she admits
But what you did can be considered asshole-ish, right?
to instigating a witch hunt. a mass report of my account to
No, that is something you could say was wrong. But again, was she orchestrating it, organizing it, or was it just your fellow man jumping on the bandwagon? Did you simply complain and a bunch of simps jump on the bandwagon? She may not be to blame for that. The bias guys have for women in their spaces, we've got to own that.
Twitch to Sea of Thieves and to Embark to Arc Raiders. Okay, report me to Embark. At this point, what have I done? I've killed her in game and I sent 5 messages in her chat, but I have been mass reported to Twitch, my partnered game, Sea of Thieves, and to Embark. Crazy.
Well, if you can't see this situation for what it is, dude, you must be a narcissist. I'm glad this bullshit video is almost over.
That is harassment. Instigating a mass report on me is harassment, especially an unfounded mass report. Alright, now at this point, Peach is going into someone's chat to get me banned. Whatever. You can get me banned from a Twitch chat. That's fantastic. And the streamer who banned me, I believe with the messages that they saw in front of them, should have done it. If I saw someone, specifically a woman, claiming to be harassed by a dude on Twitch, I would ban the dude without a second thought. They can...
Holy shit. You misandrist piece of garbage. So you're everything I claimed about male Twitch streamers, right? If you saw a guy harassing a woman, you would just ban them like that. You wouldn't look at anything. But you want people to look for you and treat you special. Let's back that up to make sure I'm not crazy.
Founded mass report. Alright, now at this point, Peach is going into someone's chat to get me banned. Whatever. You can get me banned from a Twitch chat. That's fantastic. And the streamer who banned me, I believe with the messages that they saw in front of them, should have done it. If I saw someone, specifically a woman, claiming to be harassed by a dude...
So specifically a woman who's being harassed by a dude. Why? So you're a sexist. You're a sexist that admits you would screw over your fellow male gamer in a heartbeat. And now you're here on YouTube crying your little eyes out and saying, treat me like the special little dude that I am. This is disgusting.
On Twitch, I would ban the dude without a second thought. They can submit an unban request and tell me what their side of the story is later, but right now the priority should be getting rid of the alleged harasser.
Oh, really? So you're admitting you're not about looking at the evidence and giving a fair trial then? Just get rid of the man. Man, I'm glad you got banned. You're everything that's wrong with men.
Regardless, we've seen that this message is an outright lie. Harassed me before our games. What the fuck does that mean? And then again tonight. That was in reference to her yelling at me, which was her verbal abuse and admitting to her mass report that she organized. I didn't harass her.
Did she organize it? Where's your proof? You admit that you yourself would just ban a guy if he was specifically attacking a girl. What? Where's the proof that all these guys didn't just side with her the way that you side with women?
She harassed me. Just plain and simple. That's how it is. Since we included my teammate's message as one of the cases of possible harassment from my end, I think it's only fair that we include all of the Twitch messages that got sent towards me directly while I was in chat, while Peach was calling for my ban in someone else's chat. So all these messages were sent to me based on the assumption that Peach was telling the truth, I was a harasser. Anyway, as they pop up, keep in mind that each one of them, I believe, is more significant than the message my friend sent, but now it is the scales have completely tipped completely and utterly. If you just look at the messages her chat has sent and you just look at the message my friend has sent, the scales have completely tipped, and there is an overwhelming amount of harassment from one side. So let's add that to the right column. I'm not going to.
Wow, this is pathetic. Dude, you're indefensible. I'm an MRA. I want to protect men's rights, but dude, you did everything wrong. And also, you're just a bad person. Not simply because what you did to her, but more importantly, because you admitted that you're a misandrist. So you admit that you're against your fellow man, and you want me and other men to jump to your defense.
Bother here because it's too much work, but throughout the million times she's repeated this story, throughout the 45 hours of deleted content from her channel, she gets many more chat messages that, are now very anti NessieDoes. Dare we even say harassing? It's whatever. I'm pretty happy to leave the column as is and not add any more to her side, even though there is more I could add. But I think it's very important to finish the video with this, just a visual stimuli of what actually came from both sides and how it is disgustingly
Hold it. Open letter to embark and the police? Your video is almost over. I haven't heard any talk about the police yet. You better come up with this.
unfair that I was the one banned and she was not. And again, I will credit this very heavily towards that direct contact that she, luckily for her, I guess, very unluckily for me, that she acquired the head community manager at Embark. But again, no, absolutely zero hate, hard feelings, whatever, towards that staff member because they were fed lies. And what can they do? Of course they're going to try and...
Yeah, but you admit she shows everything you guys said and what you did. What lies did she tell?
believe and help this person. They seemed very genuine in the clip that...
And also, these guys are biased against you because she's female and you're male, just like you are. So you're not angry about that, eh? Right. So again, why should I give a shit about you then?
where this person comes into chat. If I was Ossen, or however you pronounce their name, sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly, I would have believed it too. She seems sad. She seems defeated.
You would believe her too, right? So so why are you crying about this? If you're not even angry about the anti-male bias that guys have, then there's nothing for you to say. You shouldn't have made this video. You should have dusted yourself off and kept going.
Seems genuine. I hope with the addition of a complete timeline of harassment from both sides, help get me on band. Sorry for whoever sat through this, if anyone did at all. I know it was quite long. I will advise to watch it in 2.5 speed. Alright, before I get into this, I just want to point out that...
Okay. So the police, I don't understand why that's in your title. You didn't mention anything about that in this video. So one of the guys brought me your video and thought I was going to defend you. Some misandrist who would screw over his fellow man in a heartbeat. He was sorely mistaken, Nessie. Man. You guys like you are a boat anchor to men's rights.